if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I am not a fan of those long and expensive contracts for pay TV services via Sky TV and Virgin Media. There are a number of reasons for this, but the main one is there is an alternative that will give you greater flexibility and lower prices, which will in turn combined save you a huge amount of money, hundreds of pounds every single year. They've certainly done that for me. I have saved thousands over the last decade or more that I've been using this hack. And it's probably quite well known now. It's not a secret. This is using Sky's own streaming service known as Now. It used to be called Now TV. It just goes by Now at the moment. But this can, if you do it right, be one of the biggest money savers you're going to have if you're already paying for those channels elsewhere. And if you're not, it can still, the hacks I'm going to share with you now to bring the price down on this can still help you have more left in your pocket to help you access other streaming services so you're not paying over the odds for all of them combined. So first of all, what is Now TV or Now? It is, as I said, run by Sky, and it works in the same way that Netflix or Disney Plus do. You pay each month for access to their channels. There are a number of different passes you can choose. It's not all in one. It's not just one thing you sign up for. That is one of the differences to those other streaming services. You get to choose. But I like that flexibility, right? It hopefully brings the cost down, makes it cheaper for you to access things you actually want rather than be forced to pay for other things, which if you're going with the likes of Sky or Virgin and you want sport or cinema, you've got to pay for entertainment, for example. You don't have to do this here. You can just get sport. So before I get into the hacks that can help you bring the price down and ensure you don't pay over the odds, let's just quickly explain how it works. So you need an app to do this. Some TVs will have the Now app already built in. Otherwise, you might need to get a Fire Stick or a Roku stick to plug in the back of your TV to access it, or potentially if you've got a laptop or computer and a cable, you can connect that up to your TV and watch it that way. So very, very simple, not going to cost you a huge amount of money. In fact, this is a good perk and benefit as well if you do want to watch those Sky channels but don't have the ability to get cable or a satellite dish. And as long as you've got decent broadband, then this is a way to access them. Also, because this is on demand, yes, there are live channels, but because this is on demand, there's also the potential here that if you do not watch any live TV at all elsewhere and you don't use the BBC's iPlayer service, moving from Sky or Virgin to Now will mean you don't need a license fee to pay for that. Personally, I think it is worth paying for the license fee because it's not just BBC TV that covers, it also funds BBC Radio, BBC website, the World Service, so many other things. So again, and also I like watching live sport and things like that, which every now and again you don't want to just wait till catch up later on. But if you don't, this can be another way to bring down prices. So let's go through those different passes and those prices just to give you an idea of what to expect here. The first one is Now Entertainment. This is the basics you would expect from any sort of Sky or Virgin package. Although with Virgin, you don't get Sky Atlantic. You do get Sky Atlantic with Now, but it also has Sky Comedy, You and Gold, MTV, all those kids channels, which incidentally you pay extra for to get the kids channels with Sky. This is included entertainment. The big difference between the Now Entertainment and the standard entertainment passes with Sky directly is you don't get Netflix included here. So you might not weigh that in. If you want to keep Netflix with ads, that will be an extra cost for you. But broadly speaking, at $9.99 a month just for the entertainment channels, that is cheaper than you're going to be getting them going directly to Sky. The next pass you can look at is Sky Cinema. This is all the movie channels that also cost $9.99 a month. There's a reality TV pass called Hayu, that's $4.99 a month. And a big reason why you might want to get Sky TV without those long contracts are Sky Sports. There is a day pass at $14.99 that lasts for 24 hours, and there is a month pass at $34.99. They're the kind of the basics there, the channels that you can watch. Now, these have gone up in price over the years. The savings you get with Now versus Sky aren't as big as they used to be, partly because there's price increases, particularly when it comes to the sport options. In fact, the movie ones are a bit cheaper, but that I think probably is fair enough because there's far, far fewer big titles on Sky Cinema now than there used to be. But these costs have gone up. And something else that's sort of changed over recent years, which is absolutely worth knowing about because it can add extra on to your monthly costs here, is the addition of adverts on those passes. So Entertainment, Sky and Hayu will all have adverts. Sky Sports already has ads, right? You can't do anything about that. But the other ones, you now have to watch some adverts during your programming unless you pay extra. So we've seen this tactic already from Netflix and Disney and Amazon Prime Video, and now it does exactly the same thing. You can get rid of the ads. I hate ads, so this is something that I do. I do pay more to get rid of the ads. And these passes are called boosts. So, okay, so you're probably going to want to pay for extra on top of these passes to get rid of ads. Now, these boosts do other things as well. They improve the picture quality because with a standard pass, with no boost, you only get 720 quality HD. So it's not full HD. If you want full HD at 1080, then you will need boost at £6 a month. You also then get surround sound. You also then get the ability for more than one person, for two people to stream at the same time. That's pretty handy when it comes to sharing your subscription. And whether you're actually sharing the costs of this or just letting other people access it, you'll need that boost to watch things at the same time. So for example, me and my dad, we both like to watch the Crystal Palace games when they're on Sky Sports. So we need that so he can watch it in his house and I can watch it in mine. There's also another level of this which was introduced more recently. This is Ultra Boost or Boost Ultra. That's more expensive. It's £9 a month, but you get 4K viewing, you get Dolby Atmos sound, and you get 3 different people able to watch at the same time. I think for most people, you're going to be wanting to add that in. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, so if it's £10 for entertainment, £10 for cinema, £5 for this reality thing, another 35 quid for the sports, plus another £9 on top of that to ability to share it and get better picture quality and no ads, that's adding up to a lot of money, right? How is that going to be saving me money? And you could be right there. And that's why it's important you follow the hacks that I'm going to share with you very shortly, because that is not going to be the way to do this, okay? By signing up to all of them and keeping them going month after month after month after month. You need to be doing one of these things, okay? So the first thing is that 30-day rolling contract. You need to embrace that. This is going to be the big, big money saver, because you cannot, I don't think, realistically in any way, watch more than one, let's say 2 at a push, TV or streaming service at the same time and get good value for money, decent value for money from that. This is because there's so much on there, right? So if you are flitting between them all, you might be watching just one show a month. Or if you are just focusing on a couple but paying for others, you might have stuff for month after month where you're not watching them at all, but you're paying for them. So this is the case with Now passes. It's the case with all the others, Disney, Netflix, and so on as well. I would pick one, if not 2, and focus just on those programs for that time. Really binge them. And then once you've watched all the stuff, so with Now, with entertainment, maybe you get it in time to watch And Just Like That, or The Last of Us, or The White Lotus, some of the big shows this year. Watch them when they're on, or when they're all on there, because they're week by week. Watch them. And then once that's done, cancel it. Go and then watch the stuff that you've maybe missed in that time on the other services. And then if something else comes back on that you really want to see on Now Entertainment, then you can sign up to it again and cancel the others. That flexibility is the biggest money saver when it comes to using Now for those Sky channels. Now, there have been an increase in welcome offers for new customers or existing customers, which lock you in at a lower price for 6 to 12 months. They can be good value and they can be worth looking at, but I would be a little bit careful of them because they could end up tying you in for something that, again, you're not watching it. So maybe you get 25% off for a year. You know, maybe with Sky Sports, that might seem like a good offer if you're thinking to watch it all year round. But if you're only going to watch it for 6 months, then you're better off just paying full price for 6 months. And having that flexibility to have it and cancel it when the sports are on that you want to watch, then that commitment, albeit at a lower price. But I'm still big fan, in the most part, of doing that month by month contract. Now, you can bring that price down even more if you are take a little bit, tiny little bit of admin every single month. And that's because the cancellation trick, and this is how I brought down the price that I pay for Now so much over the years. This is very, very simple, right? You've got a pass, you either already have an offer that's running, or you are paying full price. But every month you go to cancel that pass, and it will take a number of steps. Are you sure about this? Yes. The next screen will come up as like, are you really sure about this? Yes. And you keep going through these, I don't know, 5 or 6 different screens. And 9 times out of 10, you'll be then given a special offer to keep your pass. Now, it might not be a price that you're happy with. It might still be too high. So recent example, I was paying $2.99 for the entertainment pass for 6 months. That was one I did commit to 6 months to because I felt that was a decent price over that time, effectively the same as paying for 2 full months in 6 months. So I did that. When that 6-month period was up, I went to cancel it. They still offered me a discount, but they offered it to me for £5 a month. And I was like, actually, if there's nothing I want to watch right now for 2 months at least, I'm better off just cancelling it. And then when something comes up, I'll go back later on and pay that full price and then try this cancellation trick again. But sometimes it is a fantastic offer that comes along. So the new season has started for football. I didn't get emailed an introductory offer, which you have most years. I've been offered $19.99 a month for Sky Sports. Didn't get it this year for whatever reason. Wanted to watch my team at the weekend. So I paid $34.99, which is something I very, very rarely do. But now, just days later, I've gone in to cancel it and they've offered me £20 a month for 6 months with no minimum term. So if I do want to keep it for the month after when this finishes, I'll be paid 20 quid. If I don't want to keep it after that, I can cancel it. So it's absolutely the biggest way to bring down the price. And this isn't just about the normal passes. This works for Boost as well. So for most of this year, or a lot of this year, I was paying just £2 a month rather than £6 a month for Boost in the last 12 months. When they introduced Ultra, the more expensive option, then I was only able to pay £6, which I was a bit frustrated about because that was still more than I wanted to. Sorry, no, pay £4 a month for that. So it's more than I wanted to pay compared to what I was paying. But, so I've kept that going for a while because I needed to share it and I wanted to get rid of the adverts. But I recently went in to cancel that and I've been able to offer back to the normal, cheaper Boost, again at £2 a month. So it's absolutely worth doing this month after month, just seeing what they offer you to go through. And of course, if you decide to cancel it because no offer comes on, you can change your mind before the month is up and go back to the deal that you were on. Or you can say, no, I don't want to cancel it and try it in a few weeks' time and see if a different offer comes along. That's going to be one of the best ways to bring down the price. And it's really, really, really important. So here's an example of the last 12 months that I have had now. I've had entertainment, I've had Boost, I've had Boost Ultra, and I've had sports. I've not had cinema because there's been nothing to watch. I'm not interested in the reality of Hayu. So I've actually had entertainment for 12 months. As I said, different special offers there brought the price down. So I paid £39.89 for that year of that, saving me 80 quid if I just stuck at that $9.99 rolling price. For the Boost, I had 5 months at the normal one and 7 months at Ultra, so again, I had it for the whole year. Combined those, I've saved about 35 quid. Now, possibly I could have cancelled some of those in the year and not used them, maybe save myself a little bit more there, not follow my own trick there in terms of bringing price down. But I was quite happy with how much I was paying each month to access these and share them. And a lot of the reason why I kept that Boost for the whole year was because I was sharing Sky Sports. Now I had 7 months of that over the year, so 5 months, there was nothing for me to watch. My team wasn't on or I was away or whatever it was. So I saved myself there by bringing down that price there. But I also didn't pay full price at all. Total was £149.93, saving myself 95 quid over the year versus continue to pay £34.99. Obviously, if I'd had it for the full year, it would have cost me even more on top of that. So the total I spent over the last 12 months was £227.82. That saved me £229.99, so more than 50% versus what I would have done just by sticking with them. And even more against if I'd gone with Sky or Virgin for those same channels. So combining those things together, the 30-day flexibility and the cancelling of offers and checking your emails and checking other sort of deals that come along, do those things will really, really, really bring your price down, which is why I still think that now is a really, really good money saver for you versus the likes of Sky and Virgin. My name's Andy Webb. Thanks so much for watching. Check out these videos here for more ways to make the most of your money.